Good morning. It's December 9th, 9:30 in the morning, 0930. And this is our podcast and the year right before Christmas and the Christmas tide. And we'll wish you a very merry, happy Christmas. But my guest today, the guest of the town is Dr. Trainor, president of Mount St. Mary's, just to give us an update on everything and where they are on all these new projects they're doing. And so without any further ado, Dr. Trainor, welcome to Emmitsburg again. Thank you for putting the time aside to come in, chat with us for a minute.
Thank you, and good morning, Mr. Mayor, and thank you for inviting me. It's very kind of you, and it's and good morning to all the good people of Emmitsburg out there, and thanks for your support of the university. I'll give you just a couple of things I'll say up front. We're finishing up, believe it or not. Here it's December 9th, as you said, and last classes for the semester are tomorrow, and then exams are next week. So students will be done by the 17th of December. COVID is actually, we've been doing very well. 91% of our community, that means our students, our seminarians, our employees, 91% of them are vaccinated. So we've had very, very few cases all semester. Typically each week we have maybe 0 to 2 cases. This week we have more, we're about 7, but I kind of expected that after travel at Thanksgiving. So nobody's seriously ill or anything. We continue to do weekly testing of those who are not vaccinated, and we continue to offer vaccinations and boosters to anybody, any student or employee or family member. So we're partnering with Frederick Health on that. But yeah, so that's some of the things going on right now, and our enrollment remains strong.
Well, great. A lot of new construction over there at front, classroom building, and then I believe the business school is going to come out with a wing. Well, how's that progress?
Yeah, no, thank you. We are doing a lot of construction on campus. The business school, the Bolt School of Business, is in what we call the Knott Academic Center, which is our largest academic building. The building itself is about 50,000 square feet, but because our enrollments have been so strong, we have to expand. So we're adding about 15,000 feet to that building, and that's the construction you see going on the east side of the building. As you drive on Route 15 there, you'll see that construction going on, and it's expanding the building, and then we're also going to renovate, do some renovation on the interior of the existing building. Right. That project is due to be completed by August of 22. So by the start of next academic year, we'll be in the new space and in the renovated building. But that's very important to us. We're working that really hard. I'd also like to offer that we opened new tennis courts, the Rooney tennis courts, back in September, and those are out by Waldron Stadium. We also have opened a new residence hall, a small one, a cottage in our cottage complex there on Old Emmitsburg Road. Two-story. We built a new 2-story cottage, 29 beds. And the students love it. And but we're really glad we did, because the students really want to live on campus this year. And so our residence halls are 98% filled. Our beds are 98% filled, which is really high, and it's a good thing. So we got that construction going on, and a future construction project that we're working on right now, that we're designing, is expanding the Code Science building. So the other major academic building we have, the Science building, was built back in the early 1970s, and has not been upgraded at all. And so we are expanding that, adding, designing a new wing onto that. And the long-term plan over the next several years is to complete that expansion, but also to renovate that building, like we've been doing now with the business school building, the Knott Academic Center, where we have the business school and a lot of the College of Liberal Arts.
Right. It was said about Father Code that he'd been here so long he could they used to have, go around with the different water fountains. He could tell you which water fountain on campus it was. The different taste. He was on the east side of the campus across 15. Is there another building being planned where the old tennis courts were? Is that?
We're planning to build a new, what we're calling athletic performance center, the Rooney Athletic Performance Center. That we're just starting to design work for that right now.
Okay.
That's going to go over part of where the existing tennis courts are, kind of to the front of the arc if you're facing from Route 15 side. And that's going to be new courts, primarily to replace the courts that are in the current field house. And it's going to have put all our community fitness for all students in that space. And then we're going to go in and renovate the field house as a true indoor track and field practice facility. That's what we're seeking to do. That's a long-term project, but the Rooney, the new building, we're starting to design work on that now.
Okay. The county bought some land from me out on Modern Station Road. And do you have any update on what that sale went through, but the plans, and are they moving along for the future development?
The sale went through, and the idea on that is the county has plans to invest upwards of $50 million into building a county park there, which obviously be open to all, but it's going to have beautiful athletic fields, recreation facilities, walking trails, nature trails. I don't know how far they're along on the design on that. We had helped with a preliminary design, but the county did tell us it would likely take 5 years before that's all done.
Okay.
So I don't have the latest update on it, but I know they are very anxious to get that going. So I'm sure they're in the design stage for that now. But that was the intent, was to, put in a lot more facilities for people to enjoy in the area.
That's terrific. Terrific. I know you have plans to come into town and work with the Daughters of Charity on one of their wings for a graduate school. And I know it's a health field, but any updates on that sort?
Yeah, and that's one of the things we saw, we all saw during this pandemic, I think, is that the healthcare system is stressed. We need more healthcare workers, and there are inequities in the in the quality and distribute and availability of healthcare out there. And so, we decided to be part of the solution, and so we are partnering with the Daughters of Charity here in Emmitsburg at the Seton Shrine. And our plan is to open a graduate school of health professions in August of 2023 on the Seton Shrine complex. So we have an agreement with them. Their E-wing, we're in the process of designing a renovation of that E-wing of their facility. It's 42,000 square feet. We're going to renovate it to house this graduate school of health professions, which our primary program for that is going to be a master's in medical science for physician assistant studies.
Okay.
So for physician assistants, we're also going to have a master of science in applied behavior analysis. We're working on a nursing program, a graduate nursing program now. We're down to about 2 or 3 we're choosing from. We're working on which to offer. And then we're hoping to bring to life also a Master of Athletic Training because of the connection to the Mount's large number of student athletes on the population who want to continue in the sports field as a trainer. And so that's a master's program. And so we hope to bring that to life too. But we are in the process of raising money for that project and finding partners. Our key partner, of course, is the Daughters of Charity. And we're busy with redesigning that facility, hiring a few people to help bring it to life. And so we're excited about it because I think it'll really make a difference. And it'll also bring a much needed academic program here.
Absolutely.
Because there's, as I said, there's a great demand for healthcare workers out there, and physician assistants is predicted to be the highest growth of any particular employment in the next 10 years. The U.S. News and World Report said there'd be the greatest growth and need for physician assistants, and so that's why we're focusing on that.
Right.
So.
With the master's in athletic training, would that be centered here too, or that be both campuses?
Both campuses. What we intend is to build a new athletic training space off the ARC, our athletic facilities, and to serve both our current student athletes, because we don't have enough of that space right now with our growing programs. But it'll also serve as what's called a practicum space, where the students in the Masters of Athletic Training could do some of their hands-on education and training skills that they need as part of the education program.
Oh, that's really phenomenal. That's just great. The initiatives you've brought with you to our town are exciting. We're going to miss the Mount students. I only, it's always a little story about some bad thing it'll get in the paper, but all day in and day out, the students have been wonderful for the town and the economy. And we really appreciate that and what they've done here in the housing down there. And we've both kind of worked together to direct some development of some really, let's say, 4-star housing downtown, right on the square, the 15 units. The developer there has put a lot of money into that. It's probably up around 600,000 when it's all done, and including acquisitions. So that's a wonderful place there, and it's updated, it's safe. It's got as safe as it can. They didn't have to sprinkle the building, but it has all the other codes in there, and that's what we really want to steadily do. We work with the university to make sure we prod these developers. These are, upgrade your property, it'll come back to you. But no, that's wonderful. But the athletic programs, let's go over that one. Where are we?
The athletic program is doing well. We're up to, I talked about athletic growth there. We've gone from 16 Division I teams to 24 today, and about 33% of our student population, our undergraduate student population, are student athletes. And so the athletics, we're back to not quite normal, but we're almost there, meaning last year, of course, even through the pandemic and all the craziness of that, we had 5 appearances in postseason Division I tournaments. 4 of our teams went, and then one of our track and field athletes went to the national championships in his sport. But this year, we're now, as you know, basketball season is back in swing. We have fans in the stands. We are asking people to stay masked in the stands right now because of COVID, but we're back in full swing in basketball with, like I said, fans in the stands, both men's and women's. We got swimming fully going on. Our water polo, bowling is back, and our bowling team just was moved up in the rankings. They're now number 9 in the country. So the women's bowling team, which is great. So we're back in action, and we're excited about what the rest of the basketball season, all of winter sports, and what the spring sports will hold for us. And we look forward to invite the good people of Emmitsburg, come fill our stands, whether it's inside for basketball this winter, and then in the spring for lacrosse and baseball and softball and everything else going on.
That's incredible. It's wonderful. Just one question. We started with the pandemic. We promoted people working from home. Are they back on campus most of the year? The administration and
the employees are almost fully back. There's a few that work remotely because they're they're potentially immune compromised, and we don't want to expose them. But the students are back. There's a few, just a handful taking their courses remotely, but very few. Virtually everyone else is on campus and doing their work either here or at our Frederick campus. And so, yeah, we're pretty much back to normal. We do have people wearing masks on campus, particularly in the classrooms, because of the close environment there. And we'll continue that until such time as the pandemic seems to indicate that we don't need them anymore.
Wow, it sounds like a really wonderful year. New buildings, athletic, shining, and they're coming maybe a groundbreaking this spring for the professional health school, and we're so excited about that. And do you have anything?
Yeah, can we talk about? I forgot to mention. Well, you saw it in the newspaper, but the urgent care center that we've partnered with, Frederick Health is going to open a facility this coming summer called Frederick Health Emmitsburg. And basically it's an urgent care center right on the Mounts property there, right at the intersection of Old Emmitsburg Road and Annandale Road, as you come off of Route 15 to the main entrance to the campus, because it's in the field right there. And we were very thankful you were able to attend the groundbreaking with us, Mr. Mayor. And but we're excited about that, and they're moving out. I don't know if you've driven by it lately, but I just drove by it on the way out here, and they've got they're doing the foundation work now. They've cleared and grubbed the ground, and now they're putting the rock in for foundation work. And so it's moving along fast. And I was surprised when the construction firm said they'd be done in June, but now as I see how fast they're moving out, I won't be surprised. And so we're looking forward to it being ready this coming summer, so we can move in to get our healthcare facility, our student healthcare facility moved in there. But the purpose of it is it'll provide enhanced level availability of healthcare services to our students, but it's also open to the public. So our employees, people of Emmitsburg and the surrounding communities, we hope they'll take advantage of it and provide a high quality healthcare facility right here in Emmitsburg to care for, as I said, both the university community, but also our wonderful neighbors here in Emmitsburg and the surrounding community. So we're really excited about that. And it's just one way that we hope to continue to help the entire area, not just the university.
Oh, it's terrific. It really is. And we're very thankful for what's the effect of the Mount economy. There, at one time I heard they did a study on what the Mount brings to the local economy. Do you have any figure like that? Or
No, I don't. I wish I did. There was one done years ago, and I just cannot off the top of my head. So I'd be, I don't want to just quote a number out of the air because I haven't looked at that recently. But what I do know is we are the largest private employer in Northern Frederick County, and we're committed to. As we were in the pandemic, we didn't fire or furlough anyone because of the pandemic.
Right.
A lot of people in the area, I think, do rely on the Mount for employment, and we're committed to them because they're committed to us and helping make us successful, and we're committed to our employees. And so we did everything we could and kept the doors open and kept people employed, and we tend to do it. So that's the biggest thing I know is we are the largest private employer in Northern Frederick County.
Well, it's phenomenal. Well, again, I want to thank you for taking the time to come over and
Sure.
do you have any final thing you'd like to say to the community?
I think, no, I just, the only things I'd like to say is thank you. Thank you for working with us. Thanks for welcoming our students downtown and patronizing your businesses. And we enjoy our relationship with the people of Emmitsburg, and we hope the feeling is mutual. And we look forward to continuing to work together to not only make the university better and make our students successful, but also to help grow this entire area and make it a wonderful place for people to live and work.
Well, thank you, sir. Well, I would just like to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. You sure helped us, everything you do in making this coming out the other side of the better part, the worst part, I should say, of a pandemic. Thank you for everything you've done for us, and everybody out there, Merry Christmas and go Mount.
Yep. Merry Christmas and go Mount. Thanks.
Thank you very much.